Hey, what's going on? Keith from Trigger Happy. Going to do a review of a Revo SX by Abu Garcia reel here today. Picked this up, usually retails for about $159. I picked this up on a sale for 99 bucks, which I thought was a pretty good deal. You know, $60 off is not bad. So I fish a lot of Lew's. I fish a lot of Bass Pro branded reels, and I've always had good luck with them. You know, a few minor complaints here and there, but this is the first Abu Garcia reel I've owned in a long time. And the SX model, this again happens to be the HS version, which is high speed. This is a 7:1:1 gear ratio. I believe you can get it in a 7:3:1 and maybe even faster than that, but I was looking for a relatively quick retrieve reel and thought I'd give this one a shot. So I've got it, took it apart here today and was cleaning it up. I'm going to put some new line on it. So some impressions after fishing it for a while and what I think. It's a little sloppy. So I know that sounds ridiculous, but for a $160 reel, I expect everything to be pretty tight, pretty well made. And this one, could I have gotten a lemon? Possibly, but this one's a little sloppy. So I'm not going to go over the specs and features. All that's available anywhere on the internet, and you can check it out for yourself. All the braking systems and 24 pounds of drag and so on and so forth. So what do I think? Ergonomically, very well designed, easy to palm. I believe it's 7.8 ounces, very lightweight, carbon fiber on the sides, aluminum frame, just a very lightweight reel, easy to fish all day. The handle's well designed. It's got kind of this bent, recurved design here to it. I don't necessarily love the handles, but they're not bad. In terms of the knobs here, they could be a little better, but they're not bad. Everything adjusts easily and well. 10 bearings, it's smooth retrieve, no complaints there. But in terms of the slop that I was talking about, there's a few places where this thing really could use some work, at least for this particular one I have. One, the line guide here has a lot of play in it, and it's kind of hard to show on camera, but you can see, all reels are going to have some play there. This one has an excessive amount, and I don't care how you tighten it up or what you do, there is a lot of play there. So over years of fishing, how is that going to, fare? I don't know. I don't know how that's going to fare. Is it going to break? Is it going to get even sloppier? I don't know. But just after fishing it, I've owned this thing for 5 months, and there's that amount of play. Yeah, I don't love that. Secondly, the anti-reverse is not great. It's very difficult to show on camera because, you have to feel it to see what I mean. But generally, yeah, it stops, but it also travels back some. There's no real good way to show that, but there is definitely some slop in that handle there on the anti-reverse. It's not a dead stop. I mean, you might even be able to see, if I can show it here, I mean, it travels back. Just not great. Even after the cast, I don't know if you could see that. I mean, there is just slop everywhere. It's not as bad as on camera as it actually feels, but this is kind of the perils of buying something online. I don't hardly ever buy my reels on the internet. This came from Cabela's website. I usually always like to have them in hand before I purchase and buy locally because I know what I'm getting. But it was one of those deals where I just couldn't pass it up, and I'm thoroughly disappointed in it for what I thought I was going to get versus what I got. I'm going to put new line on it today. I generally do fish braid, so the J braid stuff I've really liked from Daiwa. I believe this is 40-pound test. I think I don't think I can get all 165 yards on there, probably about 140 yards roughly on the spool here. But so my recommendation, it's a 3 out of 5 star. Lightweight, you know, really easy to fish all day because of the weight, you know, and ergonomically it's set up very well. The braking system seemed to work fine. No issues there, but just some of those tolerances are just, they're out of spec. They're not great for a 10 bearing reel, and one that you're, you know, I checked today before I filmed this, it's $160 anywhere you look. There was no sales, no discounts anywhere. So $160 can be better spent elsewhere. I do have this paired up with a 7-foot, I believe it's a Cabela's XML rod, you know, so pretty good pairing. And, you know, take out on the water. I may do an additional follow-up review out on the water with this, but so far, not super impressed with the Revo SX -HS from Abu Garcia. So if this is something you were looking for, maybe get your hands on it. I would recommend definitely trying it out at your local shop before I made any kind of online purchase. So we'll see you next time. Thanks again. This is Keith from Trigger Happy.